pt23 Wired Gaming.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft! And it's a little bit of a special episode because I have two very interesting beverages to show everybody. Dragon milk and a 10 ball. We're not playing pool and I killed a dragon for its milk. I milked a dragon. Now that could sound either extremely gay or very erotic. Either way, they're gonna f me up. I gotta censor that word because I don't think it's been a minute yet. But, yeah, drunk Minecraft, Markiplier, where are you? I'll make you a virgin cocktail and we can do drunk Minecraft all over again. You've been drunk, you can just act it, and I'll actually get f***ed up. Markiplier! We need drunk Minecraft! I salute you, Bob, Wade, and Mark, to the drunken Minecraft. That's the problem with fruity cocktails. It's like wine. And it's 10% alcohol, too. Drink responsibly. Don't repeat the things I do. I am an adult with big muscles. So I get hit harder, you know. Anyway, also I wanted to say, earlier today I did record this, but only 10 minutes. I started recording, I got drowsy, took a nap, passed out for 4.5 hours, then I went to go play basketball, finished basketball, and then I did about an hour and a half of abs. So, these abs are rock solid. I mean, look at this shit. Ding, ding, ding. Rock solid abs. I don't know why I did that. This isn't a pornography. Save it for Pornhub and OnlyFans. I probably could make money on OnlyFans if I wanted to. I could do foot stuff. Hook up feet fetish. Take the pictures. But I want $10,000 a pop. Hey, I ain't no cheap whore. Oh, God. But yeah, so I did a little bit of stuff off screen. I got all these stairs now. Ah, ow, ow, I'm falling down the stairs. My legs. Ow, my legs. I terraformed all this into a nice big flat holy whatchamacallit for farming purposes, you know. Stuff and stuff like that and all that, whatnot. Sheep! Nice. I should shut up because my dad's probably going to call me saying, "You're screaming!" I'll be like, "Sorry. I'll just drink my 10 ball." Oh, yep. That's alcoholic. Sheep! Nice. Lamb shanks, anyone? I'm cooking. I'm breaking a sweat. Hey, when you do abdominals and you do them right, they bust you a sweat. They got you sweat. Wet, got it going like a turbo bit. I'm tired of magazines. He trenches all the seams. You get knocked up. So fellas, here, nobody got the butt. Hell yeah. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that juicy ass. Baby got back. Oh my God, I'm having fun. I'm glad I restarted from the square one. Oh, 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 oh. Don't make the water. Okay. Hello, zombies? Where the bitches at? Bitches? Man, there's no bitches in this place. What the fuck? Anyway, I wanted to do in all 4 directions, right? Oh, right, that's right. I forgot. I gotta make a bunch of iron pickaxe. Whee! Going up. does it take to go up? Oh my god. Whee! Boink! And the baby boy was born. That's how children are made, children. They just rise up like a volcano and then right out the wazoo. With a lot of poo. How's my doggies? Hello, chickens! Ah! Give me your eggs. Uh-oh. Hey, oh, no! Bad chickens! No! Get back in the hole! Back! Back, chicken! Back! Hey! I'm gonna kill you! Don't be... Oh, you stupid fucking chicken! Where'd that other bitch? You wanna die too, or are you gonna get in the hole? Get in the hole. Get back in your hole, chicken! Oh, that does it. Hey! Look what I'm doing to your kids! Oops! I just murdered your children! Get your back over here, stupid chicken! Bark! Where'd that fucking chicken go? Here, chicken! You're about to be rotisserie chicken! Where'd you fucking go? God damn, that chicken literally pulled a Houdini! Where'd that bitch? Did he go in my cave? No. Chicken? Where is the chicken? Chicken! Get your ass over here, stupid chicken! Back in your slave hole! I already killed your brother! Don't make me kill you too! Oh, and I killed all your kids too! So, yeah. That's why I couldn't find a frickin'... Alright, chicken. Get in the hole. Oh, you son of a bitch. Motherfucker. Oh my god. Brr. Stop it! Oh my god, the chicken. Oh, you fuck. Yeah, that's why I saw it. Bitch. Stay in the fucking hole before I kill you more of you. You know what? Just for your devious behaviors, I'm gonna make you fornicate. You're gonna fornicate and you're gonna make more babies. Time to get frisky, chickens. Time to get sexual. Sexual. I don't know, shut up. Chickens. They're horny little bastards, ain't they? Yep, so now that I have cotton from killing sheep and stuffs, barrel! Okay, I'm gonna put the barrel here, and then put this stupid stuff in here. Food. I'm gonna put food stuffs in this barrel. Cause why the fuck not, you know? Where are the feathers? Feathers. Where do I keep the feathers? Feathers! I don't know where I keep the feathers. I don't want fucking string, I want the arm. 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 If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because there's this TikTok of a group of black guys. Yes, they're black. I'm not going to call them African American because they may not be from America. But there's a group of black guys, and they're like, "Hey, how's the sun read?" And they're like, "Earn." And it's just like Aaron earned, iron earned, or something like that. They're like, earn. You're like, dog. Really? Earn. You're like, okay. There we go. Put that back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it. Split evenly amongst my peers. Yes. There we go. Da 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 da. Oh, you need more than that. Yep. All right. Okie dokie. I got a bunch of sticks. I'm gonna make a bunch of steps in it. Okay. There you go. There you go, mate. Everybody happy? No? Fuck you then. Don't care. Yeah. Okay. Now that all that's done, I'm gonna put that stuff up here. I'm gonna take these stuffs from over here. I need more torches, but I used them all. Son of a... Oh, hail Markiplier and the drunken Minecraft. I'm gonna drink the dragon cum. Oops, did I say dragon cum? I mean the dragon's milk. It's a stout. If you don't like your beer tasting like mud, then don't drink stout beers, because that's what stout beers are. They're for real man and woman. Real man and woman drink stout beers. It tastes like shit, but it gets you fucked up. That's all that matters. It tastes like you're drinking mud. Rich coffee tasting hinting mud. And it's the best thing for your system, let me tell you what. Alabama Merbalama. Alligator mashed potatoes. I love me some dragon milk. I don't mean dragon milk, I mean dragon cum. Oh yeah. Dragon cum's the best stuff. Get you real fucked up and drunk. It's better than moonshine, let me tell you. Anyway. Time to drink my dragon. Ooh, lapis. Lapis la hula. Boop. Aha, yes. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Uh-oh. Oh, that worked too. Okay. Hokey dokey. Hokey pokey. Boink, boink, boink. Yep. Tastes good. Don't you tell me what not and who for. Make sure my mic... Hello, can you hear me? You can? Good. I'm drinking out of the wrong thing. I'm trying to drink from the spigot. That's the wrong thing to drink from. Don't slurp stout. Stout's not meant for slurping. Okay. Oink, oink, oink. I need earned. Yeah, this is definitely now actually just as dark as it's displayed on the TV. I'm glad I got this right. Cool. Ooh. Motorboat damn pity. Shut up. I'm under the influence. Anyway. Drink responsibly. Drink in the safety of your own home, so this way if you have to have 911 calls, your family can do it. Hello? I got a text from Ricardo. We played some basketball today. That motherfucker kicked my ass. I beat him in the second game. He beat me in the first game, but then he beat me in the third game. I got pissed off and I launched the basketball into the God knows where sense of the neighborhood. And like, hey, you made me work. You made me work. I'm like, that's not the point. I wanted to win. He was beating me 13-6. It was humiliating. And then I had a great comeback. I got all the way back to 11 on the ins. My pride in basketball, and the fact that I'm a small, strong inside guy, made me constantly drive on him. I can shoot the basketball. Like, I'm a decent three-point shooter. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. But I'm decent. Like, there are times where I'm just like, bank, 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 and then I miss the rest of the entire game. I do 3 bank shots in a row from the three-point range, and everybody's like, and then I can't make shit for the rest of the game. Except for inside shots when they're wide open. But, yeah. My pride was like, don't take the 3-point, just take it from the inside and do it like Shaquille O'Neal would and make him proud. You are the tiny, strong, white Shaquille O'Neal. That's basically the way I approached it, and it bit me in the ass in the end, but... And then I launched my basketball into the woods. I got pissed off. I got angry. And he was like, hey, it's cool, dude. It's cool. No need to get mad. You made me work. And that's really the only reason why I play with such passion and aggression is I don't care about winning or losing, really, in the end. I just care that I make everybody else work as hard as I work. Because I'm a personal trainer. And as a personal trainer, what do you want for your people? You want them to work out. You want them to get a good workout. You want them to get their blood going. But then I realized there was a full moon out, and this guy's like half fucking werewolf. And I'm like, that explains it! You're a werewolf, dude! You released your freaking werewolf powers! That's cheating! So yeah. But yeah. I just want to also say, I don't know if Ricardo's watching this, but I gotta thank the dude. He ended up moving to Laredo, Texas with a girlfriend. I don't know his address or anything like that, but I did know where he lived when he lived in the same neighborhood as me. And when he moved, he gave me his... So he had a split... So you know like how when those sleep number mattresses were like the hot shit of mattress technology, where you could get you could be sat up but then have your leg kicked up like zero gravity, and you're literally laying in bed like this with your leg going wee. I don't mean to spin, but you know, my controller's on the ground. He gave me his mattress of that. He had a soft Tempur-Pedic mattress on there and a firm Tempur-Pedic mattress on with the Tempur cooling technology built into the mattress. So that means the foam stayed cool even in hot temperatures. Like even if you're laying on it, you know how like you have a pillow, you lay on it after a while, you have to flip it over for the cool side. Well, this stayed cool. It was cool, dude. And I was like, dude, I'll give you something for it. Like, hey, my friend, take it. I want you to have it. And I'm like, dog, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, take it. I'm more than happy giving it to you. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking like a lawyer. I'm like, but the catch. It's yours. And you know what? When they... After like 3 or 4 times when you're like, are you sure? Are you sure? And they're like, it's all yours. You can't refuse it anymore. You just gotta be like, okay, I concede. I'll take it. So I ended up taking the mattress. And then he tells me the value or the cost of it when he bought it. Brandy spanking hanky danky new. $13,000. Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like, I'm like Tom and Jerry just, my jaw's on the floor and I'm like, how much? So I'm really thankful for it, and I'm like I'm a guy who likes to try to keep himself humbled, but there's obviously moments where it's like humble bragging, you know, like everybody does after a marathon. They're like, oh yeah, I only just ran 26.2 miles. Here's my medal. Look at that. Ding, ding, ding. It sounds like jingling keys. Just like, hey, listen to the jingling of my medal on my neck. And you just hear that scraping, and you're like, okay, dude, we get it. You ran a marathon. You're special. I'm like, damn right, I'm special, bitch. What do you do? How many miles did you run yesterday? 2. I only did 13 times that. So, you know. But, so yeah. But the reason why I'm really thankful for it is, because, the timing was really good. Like I told everybody in a video log, kind of like toward the beginning of the year, my dad had kind of a health scare, like something arose, like where I'm trying to describe it while inebriated, but pretty much basically he had an acute kidney injury that led to a specific type of retention, and he had to be hospitalized. And the first night I did not sleep. I was up for over 24 hours. And then I crashed like a rock. It was just like, I'm just chugging coffees. I'm like hospital staff, just give me the gallon of coffee and I'm going, I'm alert. And, oh my God, I got beer all over me. So yeah, I've downed like probably 15 coffees. 4 in the morning, I go for a 5, 6, 7 mile run. And I finally get back to my dad's room. I lay on the floor because everything's finally, it's like that quiet before the storm. Like, it's that peaceful, like, not that peaceful, like 1 to 4 hours before the shift change. And I was finally able to sleep for about an hour and a half. And then I'm running around the hospital getting my dad breakfast because the breakfast staff was oh my God, the breakfast. They call it, what would you like for breakfast? But we're not going to bring it to you. Like, what? So they never brought the breakfast. I go to the cafeteria. I got my dad buffet lineup of breakfast food: scrambled egg, bacon, biscuit, pancakes, French toast, the works. And then all of a sudden I show up. Oh, they brought me breakfast. Ha! What? So I have to eat all this food now because my dad just wanted scrambled eggs, and I'm like, I got the scrambled eggs. I'm like, okay. I don't scream at him because the guy's suffering already as it is. The guy's gone. His skin has literally turned yellow twice in the times I've seen him, and all this stuff, and it's very, 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 very scary. So I'm just like, okay, have your scrambled eggs. And I'm like, do you want anything else? Because I got all this food. So I think he sampled the bacon, but yeah, it's just like, I was trying to make, because he's a horrible hospital patient, I was trying to make my dad's hospital stay as comfortable as possible and distract him as much as possible from the fact that he was in the hospital. So we're in the emergency wing. The first 24 hours, we're in the hallway. The fucking hallway. They give him some blinders so he could have some privacy because he also didn't want people coughing on him with the COVID and everything still kind of roundabout and all that kind of crap. So it was respectably understandable why he did not want to be in the hallway. But, that hospital was that hospital, and it was just like, don't be that guy. And they're like, we're going to be that guy. So we ended up staying in the hallway for the first night, and it pissed me off. But thankfully, my dad was kind of like in the literal end of the hallway, even though it was right by the exit doors. Thankfully, not a lot of people were getting checked in and everything. So he got to sleep peacefully a little bit. When I got back, there was a moment before all this where I had to run back home, get some stuff. My dad started to feel weird. This was one of the times he turned, like, his skin literally turned yellow, like jaundice. And it got me nervous. But I'm like, I think you need to drink some, like, Diet Coke or something. He drank some Diet Coke. He had a little bit of something to eat. I think I brought him, like, a snack bar or something. I can't remember exactly. But after that, his color came back. And then, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot. It was just, like, there was no real, like, knowing of what I needed to do. It would literally, I was going based off my instinct. It felt like pure survival instincts. There was real no, like, knowledge of what I had to do to keep going, you know, to go on and everything. So I was just like, I'm just going off instincts here. And so I was kind of playing bodyguard for a while. And when my dad finally got to a point where he was comfortable enough to sleep, and he fell asleep, I went for a run because I had to de-stress. Even though I was calm I was as cool as a cucumber, I was like, I got to desensitize. I got to unwind. I got to relieve this pent-up stress or something. For not just my dad's sake, but for my sake as well, because, you know, like how they say, dude, you gotta, like, you can't just run yourself ragged taking care of other people. You gotta take care of yourself. It was that kind of situation. Who said what? Fuck you, dude. I'm talking. I'm telling the story. So, but yeah, so I did the little run, I took a small nap, all that kind of stuff, and yeah. So it was a long, tough 6 to 7 months, I would say, in this whole process and journey. But my dad finally had his surgery done, and the surgeon said the surgery went better than expected. It went like a surgery can go perfectly. The surgeon said my dad's surgery went beyond perfectly, which is fantastic. Whoa, hello. So he had the beyond, like, was I alarmed or concerned in any way? Not necessarily. I know my dad. I'm pretty confident in my dad's health. I knew he would pull through okay and just fine. So he pulled through, flying colors. Surgery went smooth. It was just a matter of the post-surgery recovery, because there was a specific thing with this post-surgery recovery my dad wasn't looking forward to. But we are finally past that point. We're like maybe 2 weeks past. And the best part is he's moving about now. He's going out on walks. There's certain things that give him a little bit of discomfort here and there. But overall, like, my dad's life has substantially improved because of this surgery. And it wasn't like a high risk surgery or anything. It also allowed us to find out whether there was a specific type of cancer that could have happened because of his age group and all that kind of stuff. But the good thing is my dad came out of it healthy, strong, and everything. Doctor was not alarmed by anything that he has encountered post-surgery, which is good. But my dad is a bit of a hypochondriac, so obviously he worries about stuff that he doesn't need to be worrying about. But that's where I come in and I try to give him that moral support, like, hey, you're going to be just fine. You just got to keep it logically, calmly, all that kind of stuff, you know. And just err on the side of, like, you know, there's a level of rationality, but also a level of logic to all of it. So, because both my parents are major hypochondriacs and they don't want to admit it, but they are, you know, they're worrywart. They're past the seniorhood tag, and they want to be healthy as much as possible. And I understand that, but at the same time, it's just like, you guys are beyond healthy compared to a majority of the people around you. And you do the necessary and proper step to avoid complications. So, knowing all that, you should have a level of confidence in your own health that you're going to pull through just fine and not encounter any, difficulties or complications. So, I mean, there's scares, obviously. Everybody encounters a health scare here and there. I mean, even I've encountered a health scare, like, I can't remember how many years ago it was, but I had a mole on my back, which ended up being a precancerous mole, which was a mole that was in the process of becoming skin cancer. And when I had, it was, obviously they call it a surgery, but it was, extremely minimally invasive. They just had to cut the skin out that had that mole, and they had to cut, obviously, a large chunk of it out, so this way they could get out any chance or, possibility of skin cancer. So basically the point is they cut out as much skin as necessary to not let any quote-unquote possible skin cancer cells spread, if that makes sense. So, say I had, the tiny mole somewhere in my forearm. They would cut around and deep enough to make sure that, say for example on my forearm, the mole was right here. They would cut an inch to the right, an inch to the left, and probably about 2 to 3 inches below and above it, and just cut that chunk of skin out and then suture it closed. And in doing that, what they're doing is they're preventing any possible chance of skin cancer cells remaining or being dormant. So pretty much it's so say for example you're planting a pot, right? You're planting a tree. They say dig a hole, basically, depending on the size of the pot in the pot. You want to dig a hole about 2 times bigger than the actual size of the pot it comes in. So this way it has room for the roots to grow and everything. That kind of the sense with melanoma, not melanoma, but with these skin cancer scares and all that kind of stuff. Doctors will remove the amount versus planting that amount, so this way there's no chance for the cells to, any potential dormant cancer cells to arise, basically, for them to come out and then spread all over. So basically they're we have to dig a much, much bigger hole around the spot to err on the side of safety to make sure it's completely prevented than to dig out a smaller hole and leave the possibility of something happening. So I had a large chunk of skin cut out of my back, and for 2 weeks I wasn't able to exercise or do anything. I literally got, in simplest terms, I got depressed. And I hate to, I'm not the type of guy who like to admit he gets depressed, but I get depressed. And this skin cancer situation got me depressed. So what I do in the whole 2 weeks, I ate. I played Xbox, and I ate for comfort because I did not want to, experience this skin cancer scare. And in those 2 weeks of recovery, because it was just a matter of letting the sutures close and letting the surgery do its work. I could have still dieted and eat healthy and everything, but when you're told you have a mole on your back that could have become skin cancer, it's scary, especially when you don't know your medical history. Because I'm a Russian orphan and my parents adopted me, I have no idea what my medical history is genetically from a genetic standpoint. Like, I can't look in the mirror and go, my family history had no history of skin cancer. My family history had no history of heart attacks. My family history had no history of this or that. I can't look in the mirror and say with confidence that I'm not going to experience those things, because I might. That's the problem. That's the scary part about adoption. When you get dropped off as young as I did, which was pretty much the day after I was born, you don't know your medical history. You don't know your genetics. You don't know nothing. So the best preventable cause for any kind of health complications that you could encounter through life, the best thing to prevent that is stay fit and healthy as possible. And in my early years, I was far, far from it. Like, I was the type of guy who snacked and ate any and everything. Candy, chips, the worst of it. And I finally, thankfully, I started understanding that in my later teen years, I started to understand what it meant to have, like, bad cholesterol, all that kind of stuff. Because my doctor said, basically, your cholesterol is bad, and it's bad enough to a point where you could die from it. And when you hear, like an example, Gabriel Iglesias, he said he went to the doctor, and the doctor basically said, dude, you got 2 years top to live if you don't do anything about this. And he got depressed, and he comforted, but that's the thing about health reality checks is you get these, you either get scared into fixing it, or you get scared and you become numb to it. So it's like, instead of addressing it, you become so numb and desensitized that you never address it, and you expire yourself because of it. Or you end up like me and Gabriel Iglesias, for example. We had health scares, and we addressed the situation. We didn't sit idly by and wait for something to improve or get better. We addressed the situation. Gabriel and his weight loss, me and getting this thing cut out, and then when I got the skin cancer cut out, and during those 2 weeks of recovery, I think I said this already, I gained 20 pounds in 2 weeks. That's how much I ate. It's amazing how much weight you can put on when you're comfort eating. So when I finally got the go-ahead to start working out again, I jumped on that. Imagine this. A chariot, basically, the old Wild West. They had those white chariots. They had the chariots with the wagons and the white tents over it. That thing's moving 45 miles an hour, right? For an example. I'm falling 20 miles behind. Basically, once I got the go-ahead, I jumped from 20 miles behind all the way right back onto the chariot in terms of exercise. And I went gun-ho on my exercise regimen like I never left it. And in doing that, I lost, because of muscle memory and everything, I lost the weight extremely fast. But it's because I was motivated to. There's a lot of people in these situations who will be like, who in a sense have given up hope. And I'm not a pessimist in any sense of the word, but there are situations that almost encourage being a pessimist, and it's tough to face when you look at it, but at the same time, it's like, is this really what you have to do? And the answer is no, it's not. You can sit idly by and wait for your body to destroy itself, or you could say, no, I'm not going to let you destroy my body. You are my body, you listen to me, I'm the boss of, and then you go freaking what that movie with Tom Hanks where he's that boat captain and they get abducted by pirates. It's like, I am the captain of the boat now. You do what I say. And he's like, no, I'm not. But here's what's gonna happen. And he survives, and that kind of stuff. And it's like, you take charge. You look at it, and you look at the situation, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna. It's like people who are told by doctors when they end up in accidents or have some kind of quote unquote neurological disorder. They're told they're never gonna walk again. You should give up, basically that kind of stuff. And they're like, maybe in your little reality, somebody would give up and quit. In my reality, I'm just telling you, fuck you. No, not gonna happen. I'm walking out of here before you could even blink and say, holy shit, he's doing it. And that's what happens with most people who take charge and take action. They prove that just because medicine says something doesn't mean it's actually true. And that's kind of the way I felt in my little pre-skin cancer scare. It's just like, okay, whatever. I'm still going to exercise. I'm still going to stay healthy. I'm still going to stay fit. But you're not going to tell me one way or another that my health is out of my hands. Let's see, face it that way, then this one faces, uh-oh. I'm trying to think of, like, for this, in terms of strip mining, so this one facing that way, this one, it kind of makes like a swastika, but not like the Germany one. It makes the Buddhist swastika, which is a term of good luck and endearment and positivity. But yeah, it just all comes down to the individual, really, in the end. It's just perseverance, telling life and medicine that you can say this and that at the face, but I'm going to show you you're wrong. So, like, you can tell me I'm never going to walk again, but if you're determined enough and you're persistent and persevere enough, you can show the world that just because medicine says something doesn't mean that's what actually the body wants. Because there's people who've lost limbs and everything like that, still told they'll never walk or run again, but then you see them all of a sudden, they're running marathons, they're running ultra races, and they're like, dude, you're doing that with no legs. How? And there's no explanation to it beside the fact that the only explanation to it is I decided that I wasn't going to let medicine decide my future. And that's kind of how I feel like. In the long run, I feel like if genetics is going to bite me, it's going to bite me when I'm at my weakest. It's not going to bite me while I'm strong and healthy and everything like that. So, like, if my genetics said I'm prone to heart attacks, guess what? I'm going to do everything in my power to make my heart as strong as I physically can possibly make it. I'm going to work myself not to the bone, not to death, but basically to a level of intensity where it's like, how is he still going? And the reality is, I'm not. But if you think I have a possibility of heart risk and health risk, well, guess what? I'm going to make my body have the ability to face that with little to no challenge. So, like, one good example is like the COVID vaccine, right? When they very first came out with it, a lot of people were on the fence about it. They're like, it's experimental. We don't know. And my family's very pro-vaccine because we believe that, like, it's not a matter of being a guinea pig. It's not a matter of, like, well, what the fuck are you doing to your body? It's a matter of if this vaccine is proven to work, then we're going to take that chance. So with my dad, sadly, it didn't work the way he wanted. He encountered a lot of health problems because of the vaccine, but at the same time, it's kind of like the flu vaccine. All vaccines are essentially just an introduction to your system of the actual virus, of a small microvirus amount that is live. So this way your body is introduced to it and goes, hold up, raise the red alarms. This is not normal. We have to kill it and attack it now. But with my dad's body, it didn't do that 100%. So, because of that, he got specific health issues like his gallbladder and everything like that. Like my dad my dad apparently during all this time during the COVID vaccine developed gallstones, and then he ended up having, because of the gallstones and everything, and the constant visiting to the doctors and everything, the doctor was just like, dude, what the fuck going on with you? Why are you experiencing this frequently? Let's do these tests now and see if there's anything going on. And because that doctor decided to sit down and just say like, WTF, let's figure this out. We found out my dad was having a gallbladder failure basically, and he had gallstones, and so that night my dad got morphine for pain, and he's like, dude, I'm listening to Grateful Dead, I'm back in the 1970s, I'm high as a kite and I'm feeling good. And it was funny, but it took the load off the stress of the situation. And so we get to the hospital that night. I told the nurses and the EMTs and the paramedics, I'm telling everybody, you better have your strongest guys ready, because if you're not letting me stay, they're going to have to drag me out kicking and screaming. I went my dad's grandpa name was Abe Goldstein. And I love the fact that his name was Abe because it reminded me of my favorite president, Abe Lincoln. And he's the type of guy who made a scene when something was wrong. Like, his dog was a German Shepherd. She jumped out of a 2-story building when she got scared during a thunderstorm and got really injured. And he's like, I'm seeing my fucking dog! You ain't stopping me! And everybody's like, what the fuck do we do? And they were trying to talk my dad into it. You better let him just see a dog. All he wants to do is see a dog. So my grandpa got to see my dog and everything, and my grandpa was my dad mirror to mirror. My dad is my grandpa basically, genetically, and I got to feed my grandpa his last bowl of oatmeal, and as heavy as that is to say, I was able to put a smile on my grandpa's face before he left the earth. Sorry. But yeah, when it comes to genetics, you can always defy them. There's always the ability to look at it and say, no, that's not what's going to happen. I'm going to take control here. You're going to sit idly by and you're going to listen. And that's basically how I approach my life, is because I don't know my family history, because I don't know my genetics and everything. At 17, I decided to make a change. Like, through my teenage years, so we did AAU my dad made me do AAU basketball to help me have a social life during high school years, because I was doing online schooling during high school. I didn't have the ability to socialize. I didn't have the ability to go to prom. I didn't have the ability to do homecoming, all that kind of stuff. I didn't have the ability. I'm still single, a virgin, and never dated. So, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. It's the fact that life choices has caused this to happen. But the point is, I sacrificed my social life for my education, and in the process, I figured out my own way to socialize with humanity and everything. But with health and everything, it just, you can either give into the science of it and say, well, I guess I'm fucked, or you could prove science wrong and prove the medically impossible and say, just because you say this, it's not happening. I'm going to show you that it will never happen. I won't allow it to happen. And that's basically me right now as we speak. Is I do all this stuff because I want to show that my genetics will get me when I'm at my weakest, at my most indefensible, where I can't do anything about it. But other than that, I will show everybody I'm able to do now. I will be able to do what I'm able to do now at 90. I won't let my genetics prove me wrong. I'm not going to let my unknown medical history tell me I can't. I will fight every medical complication I encounter in life, and as soon as I get the go ahead, I'm back to the gym, I'm back to basketball, I'm back to running. I'm gonna keep myself as physically healthy as I possibly can until my heart decides to give out. But you know, life can be unfair, and there's certain circumstances that could cause that to not be possible. But as long as there's that slight chance of possibility, you should always seize the opportunity. So if life says no, but there's always that slight sliver chance of yes. So like, say for example, a doctor said, there's a 99% chance you're never going to walk again. Guess what? You said 99%. There's still that 1% chance. You fight with all your might and prove that even at 99% zero chance of walking again, you're still going to walk again with that 1% chance. That's basically my point, is when there's even the slightest bit of a chance that you can show science and life that you're capable, take advantage of the moment because it's worth it. A lot of people may fall into the pit, the void, the abyss, whatever you want to call it, that pitch black hole that seems like endless, no escape. But here's the thing about a pitch black void, abyss, whatever you want to call it. It could be as deep as 1,000,000 miles, or it could be as shallow as 1 centimeter. The only thing that makes the void, the abyss, the pit of darkness, whatever you want to call it, as deep, as scary, and as horrifying as it seems, the only thing that makes it seem like that is your perspective. So, you could encounter a medical scare, and you could fall that 1,000,000 miles deep into the void and never seem to find a way out. Or, you could say, against all odds, I'm going to fight this every step of the way. And that void, that abyss, could be as thin and as deep as only 1 millimeter. The only thing that makes it seem deep is the fact that you can't see how deep. So, in that aspect, I would say dive into it. If you're faced with a void, if you're faced with the abyss, dive headfirst into it. Because the last thing the void and the abyss are going to expect you to do is dive headfirst into facing it. And usually when you face the darkness, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's weird to say it that way, but that's the truth. Where there's light, there's darkness, and where there's darkness, there's light. It's just a matter of the individual being able to find it. So, we've been going for 55 minutes now. I've been on a huge ramble spree about personal but discreet medical history and everything like that. But I hope it gets everybody a little bit more of a personal connection to me through relatable facts to say. We were able to get some diamond so I can repair all my diamond stuff, like my legs, helmet, all that stuff is damaged, but it's not destroyed. But yeah, I do hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I know. I hope. It was personable. I would say, I think to a point in every YouTuber's life, there's gonna be a point where they spill their personal life to an extent where it's either extremely relatable or unrelatable, and when that happens, people are either going to hop on board or they're going to run away from the sinking boat. The people who stay with the sinking boat can either help that boat get back afloat, or they can just decide to sink with the ship all along. Kind of like how a captain will sink with his ship when the ship is going down. So, I hope every one of my subscribers is the type that looks at a dark situation, extremely negative as it is, and finds the optimistic hope in the situation. So you could find a situation that seems abysmally impossible to face, but at the end of the road, there's still that light, there's still that tunnel that you can take. You might not be able to see it as easily, but it's there. And you just have to find it. But yeah. This was a little story about it kind of, I thank everybody for listening, because in my own sense, it was therapeutic for me, because I was able to get my own thoughts and opinions and feelings out there with or without being judged. Sometimes, like I said, like what I say to a lot of people is, it's not a matter of getting your opinion out there. It's a matter of just saying what you need to say, regardless of being judged. And if people want to judge you for it, let them judge. But if you know they're not going to judge you, and they're going to support you in the end, then you should still say what's on your mind. That kind of situation. But yeah, that is where I'm going to leave things as far as I'm aware. I'm just trying to find where I can put my redstones and everything. I think it's over here in one of these two chests. Yeah. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed. Please leave your thoughts and criticisms in the comment section below. Share your family and friends. Turn that notification bell on so you're notified for the next one. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. And if you want to help the channel grow, leaving a like goes a long way, obviously. But sharing it through your social media also does a lot. Just at me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you like to post on. So, I did say in my last live stream of Dark Souls at the end that I was gonna probably live stream Assassin's Creed 2 or Minecraft Dungeons. Nobody has, as I'm aware of. Is my phone dead? Yep. Nobody, as I'm aware of, has commented on whether they wanted Assassin's Creed 2 or Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons, especially pre-DLC, was a very long game. I played 90 hours of it, and I still hadn't completed all the stuff I wanted to complete. So, the way I see it is, because I haven't seen anybody comment or post about the Minecraft or the Assassin's Creed in my last live stream, I will probably go with Minecraft Dungeon because, and this is after I beat Dark Souls 2, of course. I will live stream Minecraft Dungeons next. But yeah, join the Discord, become part of the family, and with all that being said, last but not least, don't forget to stay wired. See you in the next one, everybody. Bye.